Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero, Chapter 61. And first off, I don't know if this review is like late or early or whatnot because I've been searching the chapter up on the I've been searching up the Chapter 61 for Eden Zero on like a on the internet and whatnot, and there's only really been one. There's only been one site that actually updated Chapter 61. So I don't know if this one's late or early or whatnot. If it's late, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, that's partially the problem. If it is late, the other problem is that, well, if I'm being honest, I've been having ear problems the past couple days. And yeah, it was really fucking with me. Like I said, I'm better now, but yeah, that was also another big reason, is that it was really what was going on with my ear was like really fucking with me. So I won't pretty much. I'm not gonna spill the gross gory details on that one, but yeah. But with that said, for better or worse, let's get into the review itself. Again, Eden Zero, Chapter 61. So to start off, I do have to say that compared to the past couple weeks of chapters, which have just been like epic reveal after epic reveal and whatnot, this chapter this week, it felt a little more underwhelming in the sense where even though there was a lot going on, the chapter itself. It pretty much within the chapter itself. It felt like very little what was actually happening, like progression wise. I mean, there was a lot of cool battles being thrown at us and set up, but really that's really all the battles in this episode in this chapter was really just setups. But yeah, aside from just a couple battles here and there, like there wasn't a whole lot of progression in this chapter. I'd say that if anything, the biggest thing that basically did get accomplished in this chapter is that the attack on the labor district has begun, and Drac and Joe is pretty much about to board the Eden Zero. The latter of which I'm most anticipating, because if I've got the numbers count with everyone who's on Eden's Jewel correctly, then that pretty much means that the ones guarding the Eden Zero are the only ones guarding the Eden Zero are the Starshines, Hermit Witch and Iris. So if that's the case, then that setup in the beginning is basically going to be a battle between Drac and Joe and his crew and the Starshines, and that's kind of a battle that opens up quite a lot of interesting like scenarios, like battle wise, and how that could possibly play out. But yeah, just the whole idea of like Drac and Joe and his crew fighting the Starshines, that'll be an interesting confrontation to play out for sure. And I really want to see and I think that in itself is going to be a really good test in order to see like what the Starshines can pretty much actually do, because I do believe now that pretty much Drac and Joe, he isn't going to go down easily, so I think that this is at least going to push the Starshines in order for us to see like what Starshines can really kind of do, honestly. So yeah, in that sense, I'm looking forward to it. With all that being said, there was one little line that one of Kurenai's minions had said when it came to her battle armor, the Kurenai Dragoon, about how with the Kurenai Dragoon, how it still required a little more debugging even before she got in the actual suit itself. So with that little line, it could just be a throwaway line. But with the fact that the Kurenai Dragoon, it needed a little more debugging, that I see that one line from two perspectives. The first is that if Valkyrie's program was indeed integrated into that robot, then then her programming probably isn't fully assimilated. That's like the first reason I've come to with, which is that one line. But I'm probably overthinking that part, and the other thing possibly is that the whole thing with the robot like needing to be debugged is that it could also just mean that it just could be like Mashima's way of setting up like a weakness in order to destroy the robot. But in either case, though, whether or not it's like whether or not it has to do with with Valkyrie's programming or just a weakness. I'm hoping beyond all hope that Shiki isn't going to be the one in order to defeat Kurenai. And so far, like Mashima, he seems to be sticking to his guns. He seems to be going down that route and sticking to his guns. That that this is going to be one battle that Shiki probably won't win. But at the same time, as I was reading this chapter, I'm just kind of just sitting here like practically begging Mashima, please please do us all a favor and give Homura the final fight with her mother that I'm sure we pretty much all want, because I think for better or worse, whether or not Valkyrie ends up being resurrected or not, this final battle with Kurenai is pretty much something that Homura needs. Like it's a battle that Homura needs in order to bring her character full circle now. And I'm just praying beyond all hope that Mashima actually does follow through with that. Like he is going to give Homura her final confrontation with her mother, which he does seem to be going in that road, at least considering how much he's pushing Shiki up against the wall. But we'll just have to wait and see. And also the fact that Mashima didn't even focus on Homura this week does kind of make me think that Homura has probably already booked it over to her mother, I think. But yeah, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see on that. Now, as I said, most of the chapter was really just like a whole bunch of battles and a whole bunch of setups for those battles. But one particular battle that stood out to me, weirdly enough, was the tag team of Rebecca and Pinot, because against all the soldiers. And I think the reason why that one specifically stood out to me is because the battle of Pinot and Rebecca like fighting those soldiers, it was set up in a very clever way where it utilized both the strength of Pinot's it was her ability in order to calculate like variables and an opponent's strength, and combined it with Rebecca's fighting ability and use of her happy pistols and whatnot, and I think the key thing at the end of the day in order to show with that is that it showed that both Pinot and Rebecca, when placed together, it shows that they actually do make a really effective combo. So yeah, it's kind of a good. So yeah, it's kind of a weird kind of combo I wasn't expecting, but it worked really well in the short time it was showcased. And honestly, yeah, I'm going to see a lot more of Pinot and Rebecca team up, especially now if Mashima's going to utilize those two in the future the way he did in this chapter. Like, yeah, bring Pinot in as part of the fight or something. I don't care, even if it's just to calculate like pretty much percentages and an opponent's strength. I don't care. Just throw her in because of that. It's a cool use of her, I think. And Weisz has finally entered the fray as Arsenal, which, yeah, I wonder if Mashima's a fan of either Kamen Rider or Ultraman or both, because I'm not gonna lie, those particular two series were the first thing that popped into my head when seeing Weisz's new battle outfit. But yeah, so it's like, okay, obviously Weisz or Mashima, one of these two has seen either Kamen Rider or Ultraman. Like, yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my head. It was an epic battle suit, epic design for his battle suit, but at the same time, it also had that it also had that from cheesy Sentai look to it, like the cheesy Sentai of like Power Rangers, Ultraman, all that shit. It combined all of that together. So yeah, I wonder if he's a fan of either those two or just Sentai in general, because yeah, it just gave me that it gave me that pretty much goofy but kind of still kind of epic vibe to it. Um, and the other thing with him being, and of course now he's basically going to fight Baku now, which I'm all for, because it's been a while since Weisz has got spotlighted in anything. Actually, now that I think about it, Weisz hasn't really been a part of this arc in general, so it's kind of good to see him kind of like get his spotlight in general now. The other thing too, which the other thing too with him being here, and this was brought up to me in a past review, is that Weisz might also have some kind of plan in mind in order to take control of the satellite cannon remotely, but that in itself we'll definitely have to wait and see exactly how that plays out. But yeah, Weisz being here also proves that we probably are going to see the satellite can him playing a part in taking control of the satellite cannon or something like that. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Crunchyroll. Dead Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.